Hi, this is Angie, the Restless Traveller. I've just arrived in Koh Adang from Koh Lipe. Just a short ride, 10 minutes on the longtail boat. So here today, we're going to have some adventure in the national park. I'm first going to take you to the national park board to show you all the different things that we can do. So we'll now go for a short stroll. And what a beautiful day it is today here at the Koh Adang National Park. It's a region of the Taratu. So here is the map of the Taratu National Park, Adang Island, and this is where we are, Adang Island. And what we're going to do first is go to the Pirate Waterfall, give us some adventure. So we will now make our way to the Pirate Waterfall. So we've walked along the short stretch of beach from the longtail boat, and we are now going to find the entrance of the Pirate Waterfall. And it's such a bright sunny day that it's actually quite nice to be going into some shade. So it actually says on the notice board, excuse pronunciation, something like Chon Salad Waterfall, but it's more commonly known as the Pirate Waterfall. And it suggests that the black pipe that we can see in front of us is a guide on how to get there. So here we go. And what I forgot to say is make sure you have plenty of water, because it really is very hot. So I'll take the blue rope and hopefully it won't break my neck. Right, just got to the top of the first climb. You can see the end of the blue rope, and here we have to take a left. So, and always be very vigilant at what's underfoot, because this is a jungle and there are obviously jungle animals such as snakes have been sighted here this week, and little lizards, but generally any reptiles will actually get out of your way. So as long as you're not silent, you shouldn't really encounter anything, but if you do, just stand still and let it go, because they won't hurt you unless you try to attack them. So here we go, getting into the walk, and on the left hand side, as you can see briefly through the trees, is the lovely crystal sea water. So it's still quite refreshing at the moment, because we've got a feeling of fresh air coming from the sea. As you can still see, there is the black water pipe, which they always say as long as you can see it, you're on the right track. So it's quite a good gauge. So it's starting to look more like a jungle at the moment. And really be careful what you wear on your feet. Flip-flops are definitely not recommended in case you fall. There's a lot of loose leaves and very uneven ground, as you can see, with tree stumps. So a good pair of trainers are great, and definitely you want plenty of water and possibly a few tissues for when you get hot. And if you fancy a cool off when you get to the waterfall, which is about 40 minutes time approximately, then if you've got a lightweight towel, you'll be able to dry yourself if you take a plunge. It's not for swimming, but certainly a plunge is ideal. So the forest here, the jungle forest, is very tropical due to the fact there is a lot of rain at certain times of the year, and that's why it's not dried out. It's very rainforest tropical. So we start to go up hill here. There's also quite a lot of ants, various different types. The red ones you have to be particularly careful of, because if you stand in a spot for a small time, suddenly you'll feel that something's biting your ankle, and it's not always mosquitoes, it can be the nasty big red ants. I have actually taken a precaution and sprayed myself with one of the many jungle mosquito repellents that you could buy, because as always, prevention is better than cure. Here's one of the trees that have fallen, and obviously you have to climb over. There used to be a resort, well, there still is a resort that you can get through this way, this path. You take a different route. There will be a signpost at some point, but unfortunately at the present moment it's closed, and it really is beautiful, but it seems that it possibly might be open this December 25. So obviously I can't guarantee that'll happen, but that seems to be what the talk is. And as you can see, we're still following the black water pipe, and you just really have to be careful with your footings here, because the leaves, there's so many that have fallen and they can be quite slippy. So again, just be really careful of your footing. Just come out of the thick jungle, and here on the right, as you can see, is somewhere, I believe, where a waterfall would come. Not our waterfall, but whilst there's a lot of water, it would come down from the top. And over on our left there are some wild monkeys. I don't know whether we can capture them, but they are definitely here, And they're up the trees. I'm not actually sure if you'll be able to see them, but they are here, and you do have to be really careful, because if they can smell any type of food on you, like in your backpack, then they will actually try to take it from you. So it's always better never to have any food on the beach as well, just anywhere where there are wild monkeys. They look so cute, but they're not always. So we go back to our trail, and we're going to go up the next section. So again, the black water pipe here, so we know that we're on the right route, and we've got the rope. So hold on to the rope and pull yourself up. So certainly not for the faint-hearted. You have to be pretty fit, and again, correct footwear, and definitely some water, or as they say in Thailand, nam. And the waterfall is called Nam Tok. So we are on the way to Nam Tok. Okay. So we've been following the jungle pathway for about approximately 20 minutes, maybe a bit more, and we're just about to take our turn in, which will take us up to the Pirate Waterfall. So now we're going to go to the right. As you can see, it says Chon Salad Waterfall, or something like that. And now we're going to go, we've taken a right, so we've left the main path. If you'd have carried on, you would have actually got to the Adang Resort, which I have previously said is not operational at the moment. However, it hopes to resume possibly December 25. So we're going right through to the thick of the jungle now until we actually get to the waterfall. So as you can see, there are a few fallen trees which you need to be careful to climb over. And if we look left and then right, you can now see it is actually thick jungle. Can't hear any monkeys at the moment, but there's been a lot of birds tweeting or making their unique jungle voices. So we're starting to climb up towards the waterfall. Again, be really careful with your footing, because as you can see, there's so many tree branches that are all entwined, and a mass of leaves which make it quite slippy. So we're going, still climbing up and being careful of our footing, because if we fall, possibly some of the red ants would eat us in a very short time or bite us. We will continue until we get to the next proper point of where you need to know where to go. We are still continuing our walk, but at this point we need to do another decision, make another decision. So we need to go right. So this will be the second right that we've had to take. So straight on is not for us. We take a right, and there is no black water pipe at the moment. I don't actually know why, because I was clearly told to make sure you see the black pipe, but I'm sure it will somewhere become clear because the black pipe comes from the waterfall. So just go carefully, keep to the very well trodden path. As you can clearly see, it is well trodden, because when you look from left to right, there is only one path which is in front of us. Possibly best to go on this walk with a friend and not on your own, and again take some water and wear your good shoes. And in front of us I can just see that black water pipe. And to the left there seems to be a spray of water which you can hear, and that's possibly a split pipe. But anyway, keep to the path, and we're now going to follow straight on ahead. So each time there has been a break, we've always gone to the right. So you can see all the roots of these trees which are making our path, again covered in leaves. And if you look up front to the right, the black water pipe is now visible again. It's just about here. It's quite exhausting, this walk. Definitely not for anybody with a bad level of fitness, because just seen something move. Oh look, there's our first lizard. Can you see under the leaves? So be very careful when you're treading on any leaves, because you never know what's under it. But as I said earlier, most reptiles, they don't want to bite us. If they hear us, they will go out of the way. The only time you probably would get attacked is if you took it unaware, probably trod on it. Then the natural reaction would be to defend itself and bite us. But I haven't heard of that happening to anybody at the moment. Whether the National Park Ranger would be able to tell you any action stories or dramatic stories, I don't know, but I will try to find out so that I'll be able to let you know. But this path is very well walked on a daily basis. Right, this is going to be the exciting bit. Now you need to cross over the stepping stones. For those that are very agile, you can obviously go across that thick tree trunk. However, I'm going to play really safe, and I'm going to go across the stepping stones and make my way up. So, bear with me. Over the big black water pipes. And continuing my way up. That was the tricky part. On my left, the right, making our way up towards the noise of the waterfall. This is really energetic. It's got attached by a tree and really is very, very hot and feels slightly like I've just been in a sauna. So around to the right. Ooh. Right, up over the boulder. So the last part of the really difficult climb, last sign I believe, Pirate Waterfall. So I'm going up these really big boulders. This part I'm really not looking forward to. This reminds me of going back to school when we had to climb up the ropes. So let's hope I make it. Just grab hold of the knots. Woo! Woo! I certainly feel like I'm in the jungle, and I made it! And when I thought everything was okay, we have another slight rock climbing session. Up, up, up and away, off we go! Wow! Finally here! Oh, this is amazing. That long, hard, tricky trek has been well worth it. There's our last sign, Pirate Waterfall. And there is our waterfall. Fantastic. And at this point, I really want to take a plunge. It has been a very challenging hike, but well worth it. And definitely, you must do it. Plenty of water and retain that momentum because it's well worth it. Okay, so just excuse me while I'm now going to go in and take that well-earned plunge and cool off. Stepping stones, goodness me. So goodbye from the Restless Traveller Angie Meadows, and hope you enjoyed a trek through Koh Adang jungle.